We're back, and let's meet our next team of challengers.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Rosa Parks.
Number 2.
My name is Rosa Parks.
And number 3.
My name is Rosa Parks.
Once again, panel, would you follow along, please, as I read this affidavit? I, Rosa Parks, went from seamstress to national symbol in 1955 when I refused to give up my seat on a segregated bus in Montgomery, Alabama. I was jailed for my defiance and moved from the South. But this fight, which sparked 2 decades of racial and political protest, went all the way to the Supreme Court. I'm still active in the struggle against discrimination, and street scholarships and service awards now bear my name. I've also gained a reputation as the mother of the civil rights movement in America, all because of a simple no. Signed, Rosa Parks. All right, panel, these 3 ladies all claim to be civil rights champion Rosa Parks, and let's start the questioning with Tiu Leek.
Number 2, did you grow up in Montgomery?
Yes.
Where did you move to when you left?
When I left Montgomery,
Yes.
moved to Detroit, Michigan.
Number 3, how long were you jailed?
Just a few hours between a few minutes before 6 o'clock until about between 9:30 and 10 in the evening of December 1st, 1955.
Number 1, do you remember how you felt when you said no?
I felt that I was doing the right thing.
Number 2, was the bus driver white?
Yes.
Number 3, did you know Martin Luther King?
Yes.
Thank you, Tiu. We go to Gordon.
Number 1, how did you feel at the moment of arrest?
Well, I was sure that I had done the right thing, and I was interested in being arrested because I felt that it might be the beginning of a movement to wipe out the segregation on the bus.
Number 3, when you went to Detroit, am I right, number 3, that you moved to Detroit?
Yes.
Did you feel there were any segregation there as similar to the South? What were your feelings there?
It was not similar to the South as I knew it.
Okay.
Thank you, Gordon, and we go to Kitty Carlisle.
Number 2, what led up to this? There must have been something in your, either that you had read or some event, or had you joined a movement? How did you lead up to this glorious moment on that bus?
It wasn't something that I made up my mind to do. It's just that I had been working that day. I had decided, because of a prior arrest by a young girl, that it was time someone made a stand, and I just decided I was not going to move.
Well, that was just, brava. Number 3, when you became the mother of the civil rights movement, have you written books? Have you made lots of speeches? Tell us what you've done.
Visit a number of places to make appearances on request, but so far I have not written a book. There have been a number of articles written and published.
Thank you, Kitty, and we go to Nipsey Russell.
Number 3, do you know who Mr. Fred Shuttlesworth was?
Yes, I know who he is.
Yes. Does the name E.D. Nixon mean anything to you?
Yes.
Can you tell me, still number 3, the name of the popular singing star who raised a lot of money and arranged for that entertainment that took place on the march from Selma to Montgomery?
There were several people who entertained in Montgomery, and Harry Belafonte was one.
I see. Number 1, I'll ask, what happened to bring the establishment down in Montgomery? Was there a strike, or did people stop riding the bus entirely, or what?
5 days after I was arrested, Martin Luther King and Reverend Abernathy organized a bus boycott, which lasted 381 days.
Yeah.
And this had quite an influence.
That bell tells us the time is up, and now, of course, it's time to vote for number 1. for number 2, or for number 3? Whoever, in your opinion, is the real Rosa Parks. Teal, for whom did you vote?
I voted for number 2, and it's just based on a feeling. She just has that gentleness, I think, that would allow to be defiant.
Okay. Gordon, who got your vote?
I'm so awed by the courage of the act. I found it difficult to even ask intelligent questions about it, to be very honest with you. But I went with number 3 because there's just something in her eyes that I think merits that act, a gentleness that I think brought it all about.
Okay, and Kitty?
Well, there you are. You see, any one of these 3 ladies could have had the courage, and I'm ashamed to say I don't really know which one it really is, but I voted for number 2.
All right. And Nipsey, who got your vote?
Well, I'll have to disqualify myself. I know Miss Parks, and I was one of the entertainers on that show between Selma and Montgomery, and it was Harry Belafonte who organized it, and E.D. Nixon and Fred Shuttlesworth were 2 of the men active in that freedom fight. I just thought it would be a good thing to get their names before the public and remember. But Miss Rosa Parks is 10 foot tall, and she's a legend and a hero in the democracy of the United States, not just among black people.
And now we're going to find out which of these ladies really is the incredible Rosa Parks. Will the real Rosa Parks please stand up? All right, let's find out who our imposters are. Number 1, would you tell us, please, who you are and what you do?
My name is Frances Brock Davies. I'm a social worker. Presently, I work at the Y as a counselor, and I organize socialization programs for the residents.
Thank you. And number 2, you did a lot of fooling of our panel. Would you tell us, please, who you are and what you do?
My name is Lois Alexander. I am director and founder of the Harlem Institute of Fashion and the Black Fashion Museum here in New York.
Ms. Parks, I can say nothing except that it is indeed a great honor to have you on the show. I wish you continued success in your life, and I'd like to thank you all so much. You've won $300, and thanks for playing To Tell the Truth. And we'll see 2 of you on one-on-one in just a moment. And we'll be right back, right after these messages.